Hello guys, welcome back to the channel. I'm Anna and I'm a little bit spooky. And today we're doing a little bit of a product update, just going through some stuff that I've been testing out, using on and off camera, and kind of some of my thoughts and final opinions on these things. So let's go ahead and just dive in. First thing I do want to talk about is some makeup sponges that I tested out. First are these, I think these are like the Beautifully Bare or something from e.l.f. Don't bother. These are like the worst little sponges. They're so hard. They don't get softer when they get wet. They just stay really hard and just feel like you're kind of hitting yourself in the face with something. Not great sponges. Just don't bother with these. Get the Flawless Face Sponge instead. That magenta colored one. Right. Oh, this one. This is the sponge to get from e.l.f. The sponge you get from the drugstore, period. It's amazing. But these were just pretty much garbage. Don't like them one bit. Next sponge I want to talk about is the Rare Beauty sponge. This was on clearance or sale at Sephora, and I thought that's the cutest little sponge. I like the shape. I want to check that out. This might be one of the worst makeup sponges I've ever used. I don't know what this texture is supposed to be. It's rubbery. It's got tons of little porous holes in it, and it just soaks up product, but I feel like it's just rough, and it's just, I don't know, it's kind of shitty. Like, it's just a really bad sponge. I hate the texture of it. It is soft and it's like squishy, but it has a really kind of rough plasticky texture. It's really not good. Like, this one has kind of a porous texture to it, the Flawless Face Sponge, but there's something about it that's just so much better. It's just softer. It does what you want the sponge to do. It applied makeup okay. It's just unpleasant to use, and I just do not enjoy this one bit. There's a reason it's on clearance. It kind of sucks. So yeah, cute shape, bad execution. So that was just a little update I wanted to give you on some sponges I've been playing with and being disappointed in. Another little disappointment here is the e.l.f. Lash Out Loud mascara. It's better than previous e.l.f. mascaras, but it's still not good. Especially considering there are some amazing mascaras on the market. Don't even bother with this one. It basically does nothing but kind of tint your lashes. Maybe gives like a little bit of length, but it's not great. And it's got a really spiky kind of stabby wand. I'm not a fan. All around, did not enjoy this one bit. So honestly, it's gonna go ahead and go into my empties because it's just not a good mascara. Good mascara from e.l.f. is the Big Mood mascara. This one is quite nice. It is very volumizing. You get the nice hourglass shaped wand with the more natural bristle feel. This one gives you volume, it gives you length. It does all the things you want it to do. It's very much like a Lash Paradise type of mascara. Good stuff. Do recommend this one if you're looking for an e.l.f. mascara. This is the one to go with. And you can get in a 2-pack, in like minis even. Alright, moving on to some brow products. This is from a brand called C'est Moi, and this is the Dark Double Shot 1-of-1 Brow Pencil and Gel. Now this is not a bad product, and I worked with them on this campaign actually. Like, they sent this to me and, you know, the whole thing. I like the brow gel on this end. It's very, like, it almost has like fibers in it. It kind of fills and fluffs your brows in. It's a bit thick, can be a little crumbly. Like, you can feel bits of it. It's just kind of crumbling. It's very dry. I don't know if maybe mine like has dried out. Yeah, it's like getting crumbly. So I think mine is just dried out because it wasn't like that the first time I used it. The first handful of times I used it was fine, but then it got where it was just very crumbly and just really dry and stiff, and it's a shame because it's a nice product otherwise if it hadn't done that. I was really into it. And the pencil on the other end, it's a bit waxy. It's one of these teardrop shaped ones. I really liked the shade a lot of this one. This is in the espresso shade, I believe, or oh, I just told you, Dark Double Shot. And this has a really nice color to it. It is just a tad waxy. It can get a little messy. You're not going to get any like hairline strokes with this, but it's a very quick fill them in type of product. And if the brow gel hadn't dried out on the other side and gotten real crumbly, I would have recommended this across the board for people who like just quick, easy, out the door brows. Good for like travel and you just don't want to mess with them. It's great for that, but the brow gel just really dried out super fast, and I'm going to go ahead and use up the pencil end of it because I do enjoy the pencil. And yeah, I really like the color of it though, and they have a few shades, so this one's kind of meh kind of product. Just, it's okay, but it just dried out too fast. And I haven't had it that long. Doing some more e.l.f. products and brows. I picked up a few pieces from the Electric Mood collection. There was a handful of standout things to me, and one of them was the Electric Mood with Tovlo brow pomade, which is brow soap in a little container. You dampen it, you brush it through your brows. This gives you those laminated, amazing, perfect brows. I kind of love it. If you like those very fluffy, laminated brow type of situation and are looking for a drugstore product, right here, the e.l.f. Electric Mood with Tovlo little brow set. It comes with like a glitter gel and a spoolie and a little brush. This is where it's at, and this is fantastic. And I've barely made a dent in it, and I've had it for quite a couple of months now, and I've been using it really consistently, and it's done fantastically. Love it. Really, really love it. Great product. Also from the Electric Mood collection, another standout is the Electric Mood De La Soul Cream Face Quad. This is lovely, lovely little face quad right here. You got some beautiful shades, really, really nice quality, easy to use. It is a great everyday type of product. Like, I've used it on any of the days that I'm not doing a full beat and just trying to leave the house. This has been what I've reached for. The highlight in it is a little balmy, a little bit kind of that glass skin balm type of texture to it. But the bronzer and the two blushes in here are so beautiful. These two colors are gorgeous. The bronzer's a little bit deeper than what I would normally wear on my skin tone right now, but when I do fake tan, this bronzer is fantastic on me. And I just really love these cream blushes. They're gorgeous shades. I think they are more of a matte finish. Perhaps this one has a bit of a sheen in it, but it's really hard to tell. And yeah, the highlighter's really, really pretty color, but it is just a little sticky. If you don't like that stickiness, this one won't be for you. But it is very much like the clear highlighter that came out with the Tovlo stuff, with that kind of balm texture, but this one has some shimmer in it, a little bit of a shift within the shade, but it doesn't really have much of a base color. It's a fairly universal product. The bronzer, I think, is not going to work for everyone across the board, but I think you can go in with a light hand if you're pale, and it can be built up if you're a little bit, if you're deeper. It obviously has its limitations because it is just the one shade. However, the blushes and the highlight, I think, can work for everyone across the board. And at the price point that you can pick this up, it's worth it, even if the bronzer might not be something you can use. These three shades make it worth the price. And it's not a bad price, and most of the time these are like half off at Target and on sale. Love this one so much. And then another little standout is the Electric Mood Illuminating Elixir. This is beautiful under foundation. It is like a much more sheer version of Flawless Filter. Way less glowy, but still glowy, and it has a beautiful kind of champagne, a little bit pink sheen to it. It doesn't look glittery, but it's just very glowy and very, very pretty on the skin. It's got some skincare in it. I do believe it's in a glass bottle. I mean, the presentation is fantastic. I mean, like, this feels really luxe. The little dropper is not the best in the world, but this is a lovely little product. It makes your skin feel hydrated and really nice, and makeup sits beautifully over top. And I like it for no makeup days as well. This is a really good one to look into if you can still find this available. My local Target still has a good bit of this stuff still in stock, and you can get online. And last thing from the e.l.f. Electric Mood stuff was the little lip gloss and lip liner set here. I like this gloss a lot. It's probably one of the best glosses that e.l.f. has done. Despite it being super glittery, there's no chunkiness. The formula and the texture is beautiful. Very similar to the lifter glosses from Maybelline. Even has that little bit of a coconut smell to it. It's got the giant doe foot. And this one is like a kind of a iridescent glittery shade, and it is so pretty on the lips. It definitely gives you an iridescent look, and over a dark lipstick it looks so cool, like over the lip liner that it comes with, which is an almost black plummy burgundy shade. These together are such a really cool vibe and great little pair. The lip liner is fine. The color, I love the color of. I actually have used this quite a bit, and the gloss is really, really nice. So, and the packaging does feel quite like an upgrade from the normal e.l.f. packaging. I think they kind of went all in on this little collab here. They didn't cut any corners. If anything, things are elevated for it. So that's really impressive to me, and I really enjoyed these pieces. And one last thing from e.l.f. that I think, last thing from e.l.f. here is the e.l.f. Halo Glow setting powder. I have it in the, I think it's like light pink shade. Yeah, light pink. This is a beautiful, beautiful face powder. This is one of those good ones that's like for more of a finishing powder type of situation, for buffing out and adding a soft glow to the skin while blurring every imperfection. This powder is incredibly blurring while still having a luminous quality to it and a light catching quality. It's, I would say, like a loose version of an ambient lighting powder, and I freaking love it. I use it more on the perimeter of the face, and it sets everything so beautifully. Makeup lasts super long time with it, and it just does a great job, and it makes your skin look so like dewy and healthy, but it's still set down. It's perfect, and it's great for warmer weather. It's very, very much like an Hourglass powder put loose. Okay, so moving on to a few little high-end things here. We have the Film Star Bronze and Glow from Charlotte Tilbury. Really, really liking this product. I was unsure if I could wear it without any self-tan on or anything, and I can, and it looks great. So I'm very happy about that. I'm a freaking sheet of paper here, and this works so well on me. The bronzer shade has kind of a warmth to it. It has a little bit of a pink in it, but it has a shadowiness, so it can contour and bronze and kind of do a very two-in-one type of action. Like, it can definitely sculpt the face very well. It has that right kind of depth and shadow to it, but still has that warmth in it that can warm up your skin, but it doesn't come off orange. It comes off very kind of natural on fair skin to me. It doesn't have that gray undertone. It has more of a little bit more of a pink warm undertone, but it works. There's something about it that's just very nuanced and special, and I haven't found a shade of a bronzer quite like this on the market at all. And the highlight in it is absolutely stunning. It's what I'm wearing today. It is a very pale champagne, and it works beautifully on my ghostly skin, and that makes me so happy. And I think this would cater to light, possibly light medium. I think Coffee Break with Danny uses it, and she's fairly a medium skin tone, and this is like her holy grail, but it does come in a deeper colorway. This one is the mini. I recommend getting the mini to try out because the price point's so much better, and you get a ton of product in here. I've barely made a dent, and I've used this so much. It's very, very good. And next I want to talk about a couple of eyeshadow palettes. First, the Huda Beauty Toffee Brown palette. I really, really like this one. This has been another kind of everyday go-to product for me. It's kind of easy color story. Their color stories I enjoy, especially this time of year. It's so nice, and I think the quality is fantastic. The mattes are so soft. Some of the shimmers are a little different from each other. Like, some are very, very opaque and built up looking, where some are more topper shades, a little more sheer. Like this one little swirly shade right here is a little bit of a dud compared to the others. Like, it's more of a satin. It's not really a true metallic. It's just a bit meh, but it's a nice little inner corner highlight type of shade. It's not the most exciting one in the palette, but the other shimmers are freaking beautiful. This one at the top here has a little bit of a shift in it. There's a bit of a pinky flash within it. Is really kind of a copper with a pink flash within. And then the gold is very opaque and creamy, and so is the copper shade on the side here. And some of the shades, they feel a little bit different from one another. Some are more like almost a Super Shock shadow formula. I think this one's just really firmly pressed. If this shade right here wasn't quite so firmly pressed, maybe a little bit, it could use a little work, but it's not bad. But the mattes are so pretty. They're so vibrant, pigmented, just gorgeous all around. Really, really enjoy this palette. A lot of people were disappointed in it, and I kind of don't know why. But here's a look at the other two shimmers in here. But I think it performed beautifully. It is quite similar to, say, if you have the Little Ray of Sunshine palette from ColourPop, you probably don't need this one, but this one does have the shimmers, whereas that one's all matte. Or if you have Naked Honey or the Wet n Wild Sunshine palette, You'd probably be good without this one, but I'm kind of obsessed with these shades, so I needed it. And I like the tortoiseshell look of the palette itself. And I've really enjoyed using this. I've really been using it consistently. It's just a quick go-to type of palette. And then another palette that I've just been really, really enjoying and loving so much is the Natasha Denona Metropolis palette. This is a grungy, high-end, the bougie grungy girl dream right here. I love these shades. I've done some of my favorite looks with this palette. Like, I definitely have a favorite shade in here, and it is Aurum. That shade is so pretty. It's kind of a dual chrome, shifty shade. So pretty, and kind of a sheer topper type of vibe. I love it. And the greens in here are stunning. The blues are effortless. They're the easiest to use deep pigmented shadows that I've ever come across. Like, these blues are so easy. I've got tons of videos using this palette already on the channel, so if you want to check those out, they're around. But yeah, I did like a video on how to wear blue eyeshadow using some of the blues in here. It's such a great palette, and it's really expensive. Is it worth the money? That's kind of subjective. That's up to you whether you think it's worth, you know, spending that much. I think I had a gift card or something, or some AdSense. There's something. I had some money put aside for one of these, and this was the one I went with. And I don't regret it. I don't regret purchasing this. And I really, really like the formulas. You've got traditional matte shades. You've got shimmers, metallics. You've got the cream to matte, which I really like, the cream to matte formula. Dual chromes. This is a freaking stunning color story all around, and very easy to use. It's like the easier version of Subculture, where some people might have struggled with Subculture. This is like Subculture expanded and maybe just a little bit easier to work with. The colors don't get muddy. The quality for the price is there. You can definitely see a difference and feel a difference when you're using this palette versus a less expensive palette. There is a notable difference with this one. And I love that, and I think it's just a lovely, lovely palette, and I highly recommend if you are in the market for something a little more luxury and these kind of grungy color stories speak to you. You can't go wrong with Metropolis. Now let's move on to some skincare real quick that I want to update you on. First is the Lancome Essence Clarifique Double Essence. I really enjoyed this. I feel like it's done good things for my skin. It's just a really nice, you know, toning essence. I think it has some resurfacing properties to it. It is meant to refine and brighten. You can shake it up. It's got this cool little whisk built in. I really just like this product a lot. It's very, very nice. It's expensive. Would I repurchase it? I don't know, but it's nice, and I'm enjoying using it while I have it. The packaging is beautiful, and I'm definitely not disappointed in it. I do think it's quite effective and lovely, but it's still quite gentle. You can use this during the day, twice a day, and not have any irritation. A brightening, refining type of essence with that mild chemical exfoliation that is very, very gentle. So if you have sensitive skin, that might be a better option for you. And then I have an eye cream here. This is the Josie Maran Pro Retinol Eye Concentrate. This is a pretty nice little eye cream. I don't find it to be particularly like moisturizing feeling. It feels more like a putty type of primer product. Like, let me just find somewhere I can show you. It's got a real thick whipped feel to it. It really does remind me of a little bit more of an emollient version of the e.l.f. Putty Primer. But it has retinol, and it's for around the eyes. It's very gentle. It kind of blurs and gives you that kind of look, like it looks almost like an under eye primer. So I think this is a good one. If it didn't have the retinol in it, I would say this would be a great one for daytime. But since it has the retinol, I don't know if I would want to use it during the day unless you used a lot of SPF. But it's quite a nice little eye cream, and yeah, smooth and hydrate. So it does have smoothing kind of quality to it, but it doesn't feel like super hydrating on the skin. Like, it doesn't feel heavy or emollient. Like, it kind of just sinks in. So if you have oily skin, this is a good one. If you don't like to feel anything under your eyes, this is a great one, and it does give you that nice smoothing effect. So it kind of can double as a little bit of an under eye primer type of situation. I would just say make sure you have SPF, because you don't want sun being exposed to your under eyes. So I prefer to use retinol products like this at night. But it's really nice, and I do like the texture of it. It really does feel like a face primer. It feels good, but then once you kind of work it into the skin, you can't even tell that you applied it. Like it just disappears, but you're left looking very nice on the under eye, very smooth, and it just makes your under eyes look great. So it's a good little product, and I don't hate it. It's not my number one under eye cream, but it's definitely a good option, and especially if you have oily skin. I think a little bit more mature skin would enjoy this one as well because of the smoothing quality to it and the retinol. But to me, I think you're never too old for eye cream, or never too young to start using eye cream. So here we are, and I think this is not a bad one at all. Okay, and from the Dollar General, going to the other end of the spectrum here, we have the Believe Beauty Hydrating Gel Cream. This is a fantastic moisturizer. I mean, just holy grail status good moisturizer. It's up there with my Sunday Riley moisturizers. I love it so much. This is the perfect hybrid of a gel moisturizer and a cream in one. You feel so moisturized, yet your skin feels light. It's very thin and it sinks into the skin nicely, but you feel that moisture, and it's just so good. It is so beautiful underneath makeup. It's incredibly lightweight. It's infused with squalane and rosehip. You definitely can tell there's a little bit of rosehip oil in there. It does have a tad bit of a oily feel to it. It just sits so beautifully on the skin and sinks in, absorbs. It does all the things that you want a daily moisturizer to do, and it's just, your skin feels so amazing after using this. This has been something I've used nearly every single day since I got it. I'm in love with this, and it's $5 at Dollar General. I've been really impressed with the Believe Beauty skincare. I think they're doing a great job, and this is just amazing. Like, I am so shocked that this is $5. I feel like it's made my skin look so good, and I have kind of combo. I can be dry, I can be oily. This one has worked no matter what my skin needs are. It's done great, and it just makes your skin look so plump and healthy. It looks so good under foundation, and just, I can't believe this is $5, and it has the squalane in it. It is a true like hybrid of a gel moisturizer, a cream, and an oil all in one, and it's so just amazingly lightweight on the skin and very just great for like massaging your skin and working it in. It has a really nice scent to it. It is scented, but I cannot put my finger on what the scent is, but it almost makes me think of like a Clinique product or something. It's definitely a scent I've smelled before, and I really like it. And I mean, I've made quite a little dent here, and you see it's quite thin, and let me pull a little bit out for you. But it's a very thin product, and it just goes right into the skin, and you can tell that it does have that little bit of oil in there. So you just kind of work it in for like a minute, and it just disappears, and you're just left with the most hydrated, silky smooth feeling skin. It's just, I am shocked by how good the Believe Beauty skincare is. There's also an in-shower mask that is fantastic, but this is where it's at right here. This cream is beautiful, and it's done well throughout the summer on me, and I think that will still perform well in the winter months. Okay, now on to some body product I want to talk about. I've been testing out some tanning drops here. Sum it up, they have a nice color to them, both of them. This is Isle of Paradise and Tanologist. They're both pretty comparable. This one has a bit more of a peach tone to it, whereas this one's more of just that typical like light tan shade. Here's the thing, they both get patchy. You mix them with lotion, and you can supposedly like control your depth level of it. The thing is, the lotion doesn't sit on your, doesn't like dry down on your skin, and it kind of, can like rub off and patch. So that's my only qualm with these, is that on the arms and legs and like chest, body, they come off very patchy and streaky. Now, if you want to mix them into your face moisturizer, I think they're fantastic for that. They don't come off patchy on the face, and they do really well if you want to just match your face to your body. Say if you use a lot of like self-tanning mousse and stuff, but your face always is the first to go, especially if you use a lot of like retinol products like I do, and actives and AHAs, BHAs, chemical exfoliants. The self-tan does not stay on your face. So this is a nice way to kind of touch up that tan and kind of get things to match without having to put foundation on. So for that, I really like these. But just on the body, they're quite streaky, and I wouldn't recommend them to do your whole body in. But they're good for face, or say if you just want a light bit of color just on the tops of your arms or something, and you're not going to be laying down, nothing's going to be touching it. They can smear it because it just, I feel like it just kind of sits on the skin. But other than that, they're pretty nice products. It just depends on your needs and what you like to use. These are both pretty comparable, about the same thing, and I opted in to try these because I thought they would be easy. The problem I have with them is that they're transparent and you can't see that you have an even application of it anyway. I wish they did have a bit of color to them, like an indicator shade while you're applying it, so you know where you've put it, because that could also lead to some of the streakiness, but I think that's more just to do with moisturizers. That being said, I don't mind these. I have used, obviously, almost all of this one up, and I'm making pretty good progress on this one, but I do use them on the face now more than anywhere else. I tried and tried different techniques on the body. It just never kind of came out perfect. It got patchy. It doesn't layer up either, so keep that in mind. Now, what I like to use for the body is the Bondi Sands tanning mousse. This is a great tanning mousse. It's just affordable. You can get it at, where did I get this? Like Walgreens. Not a bad price, around $15. I think the light medium shade's really nice. It looks good on me, and very easy to use, long lasting, pretty effortless for a self tan. It has a great indicating shade, so you know where you've put it. And yeah, I've enjoyed this. So I'll use this on my body and these on the face after that first day or two to keep the face kind of matching. So yeah, just wanted to update you that I'm enjoying the Bondi Sands. These are good for face, not body. Last thing here is the L'Oreal Elvive 8-Second Wonder Water Hair Transforming Lamellar Rinse Out. I've seen like some bad reviews about this, which I don't get, or people thinking it doesn't work. Anyways, it claims to have wonderful, silkier, shinier hair, no silicone, no weigh down. I freaking love this stuff. It makes my hair look fantastic. I don't know if maybe it's just better for people's finer hair and that's why I'm having good luck with it, but it makes my hair look healthy. My hair's fried. I mean, I haven't cut it in a year, over a year now. I got split ends, I've bleached, I've done so much to my hair, and this makes it look like I haven't done any of that to it and that I have healthy hair. It has nice little measurements down the side. You do 20 mils for about my hair length, and it's lasted me a while. It has a pleasant scent. It warms up on, when you apply it, it kind of warms up and gets weirdly like hot feeling. It has like a chemical reaction. You leave it in 8 seconds, you rinse, there's zero residue. It just makes your hair amazing. And the price point's good. I found it to be really effective for myself. And maybe it just depends on your hair type. The two people I've seen give it kind of bad reviews have thicker hair, so maybe that's something to it. But for me, this has given me just very healthy, nice looking hair. And also, the two people that saw review it have great hair to begin with, and they use a lot of, like, they don't have, I don't think a lot of damage to their hair that I do. So they didn't think it did anything. I think it was Taylor Wynn and Tati didn't find this effective. Me with my damaged hair, it's effective. It does make my hair smooth and look great and feel really silky and nice, and I love this and will definitely be repurchasing. So yeah, I wanted to go ahead and update you on this because this is something I'm really liking. And they also have it in a different line from L'Oreal as well. They have it like in the Dream Lengths or something collection. But yeah, this is just really easy to use. Great stuff, great stuff. And I can see a difference. If I skip out using this for a couple of weeks, I can see a difference. So yeah, I was really impressed the first day I used it. When blow dried my hair, I was like, whose hair is it? No, I air dried it. My hair air dried looked fantastic. I'm like, whose hair is this? So yeah, I really like this. And that is my verdict on it. So yeah, that is all for today. Just some quick product updates, let you know some things I've been liking and not liking, just my thoughts and opinions on them. These are probably I think I've done like first impressions and stuff like that with them, mentioned them here and there, but haven't like thoroughly given you a good review or final opinion on it. So here you are. Yeah, let me know down below if you've used any of these products, how you feel about them, and I will see you guys in the next one. Stay safe and stay spooky.